Hey families, this is Janice Handrahan, District Manager for KinderCare Education, and I'm recording another video for you all learning more about face masks. So families have been asking me what's going to be happening with face masks as we open. Well, there's a lot of different people that are going to be doing a lot of different things. First off, every family that arrives at the center will be wearing their face mask and their child will have one provided for school. At the door, you'll be greeted by the center director or someone running what we call a health check center. It'll confirm that your child is well enough to attend our center, and we'll be bringing that child back to the classroom where they'll spend the day with their teacher and wait for you guys to return. Your family will not be able to enter the center during what we'll call the red stage of childcare. As we're reopening, we do ask that families don't enter the program. That way we can keep the number of people reduced. Now, at the Health Check Center, we'll be really careful. All of our center directors will be wearing safety goggles. They'll also have a mask on their face. They'll be wearing safety gloves. They have a overcoat, and they also wear foot booties to keep them safe. As you arrive, you're going to be able to confirm with them that your child is well enough to attend, and then they'll be bringing your child down to the classroom, but we'll be super safe at what we're going to call the Health Check Center. Now, in the classrooms, we'll also be keeping our face masks on. So teachers are wearing their face masks throughout the day. Infants and toddler teachers are going to be wearing a smock, which will keep them from having any boogers or any fluids on their clothing. Anytime that they get soiled throughout the day, that overcoat can be washed and replaced with another set of clothing. All of our teachers will also be wearing gloves more often than they ever have before. So typically we would put on gloves anytime we had to come in contact with bodily fluids. If we were washing a table or something, we'd be protecting our hands as well. In addition to that, we're just going to be wearing them a little bit more often in the classroom. So as a teacher, say for instance, I was going to go from circle time over to the table and do some activities with children, I would go over to the table and sanitize that table, make sure it's nice and clean for the children to come and play. I would call the children over and make sure that they have their masks on their faces because we're going to be sitting close to each other and doing projects and activities. Once we were done, I would sanitize the table once again. I would make sure everybody washed their hands and they're off to another discovery area. So for us, face masks are going to be required in the very beginning of opening. However, lots of parents had asked me, what if my child takes off my face mask? Or what if the child doesn't have a good tolerance for face masks? Well, it's not required for the children, but it's recommended. So we're going to do our very best to make sure that children that are wearing their masks feel like the heroes that they are. Simple things like, hey, buddy, you're going to come over and play at the table. Let's make sure you put your face mask back on. You're going to be sitting very close to your friends. Or, hey, guys, if you're playing in your discovery area, make sure your face mask is in perfect condition. You want to make sure that you're safe when you're playing in your area. Even our little ones, they'll actually listen a little bit better than you think as we're playing in our masks. Now, there's two times that we would never ask a child to wear their mask. First one is, of course, eating. Eating with your mask on would be nearly impossible. And then also we'll make sure that they take off their mask during their sleeping time. Children under 2 are not recommended to wear masks, but anybody over 2, we're just going to keep reminding them throughout the day. There's no punishment if a child takes off their mask. We're just going to keep referring them back to putting it on. So every family is required to bring in their own mask, which you can bring home to wash, or you can have disposable ones. Our teachers will be provided with the medical masks from KinderCare. Some of them might choose to bring in something snazzy like I have, but we are requiring that they wear their masks the entire time that they're with us, and that'll protect them as well as it'll protect the children. So for families, you're wearing a mask at drop-off and pickup, please. When you arrive, you'll see somebody in their full medical gear as they're greeting you at the door. When they're in the classroom, teachers will be wearing their masks, and infants and toddlers will have that extra step of having their smock on. Children will be asked to wear their mask as much as possible, but never punished for that. So you could provide one of your masks and make sure maybe somewhere on that mask it's labeled with your child's name, and you can bring it home and wash it. We're hoping that masks will be something temporary, and as we see less and less COVID cases, we won't be required to wear them, but we want to be super safe as you guys return to the center. If you have any questions for me, please reach out. But this is just a little bit of information in regards to our safety for masks.